Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive from the Moore's Global Finance Podcast team. I'm John.
And I'm Tiffany.
And today we're ready to help you navigate a topic that we know a lot of you have been asking about. Gold storage. We're going to be diving into a resource that breaks down the top places to stash your precious metals.
In 2024.
Looking at everything from,
high-tech vaults.
to maybe that shoebox.
Under your bed.
Not the best idea.
Definitely not the shoebox, John, but you'd be surprised how many people haven't thought beyond that.
Right. So, Tiffany, for someone just starting to think about this, what are the big factors they need to weigh when it comes to gold storage?
Well, I think the classic balancing act is always security versus accessibility versus cost.
Right.
Each option kind of hits those differently. Take bank safe deposit boxes, for example.
Okay.
They're usually pretty secure, not too expensive, but you can only get to them during bank hours. And in the U.S., they might not be covered by FDIC insurance like you would expect. So you might have to get extra insurance, and that adds to the cost.
Yeah, so it's like a false sense of security if you assume everything's just automatically protected.
Yeah.
What about these private depositories? Are they worth the hype?
Well, they can be. It really depends on your needs.
Okay.
They are purpose-built for precious metals, often with,
Serious.
like 24/7 monitoring, insurance. Some even let you track your holdings online.
Yeah, that's cool.
The catch, they're usually pricier than bank boxes.
Okay.
And location matters. Might not be one right down the street.
Yeah, convenience is a factor people don't always consider until it's too late. Now, bullion banks. That sounds like something out of like a heist movie.
Yeah.
Is that where the really serious gold goes?
You could say that. Think Fort Knox levels of security and insurance.
Oh, wow.
Handling huge amounts of gold. But it comes at a premium price, usually meant for large-scale investors.
Okay.
Not someone with a few gold coins.
Okay, so not for the casual gold bug. And finally, there's the do-it-yourself approach, stashing it at home. What are we really risking there?
I mean, the big one is security. Theft, damage, even just losing it.
Yeah.
Your homeowner's insurance likely won't cover much in terms of gold.
Really?
You would probably need a separate policy, and suddenly you're not just holding gold, you're managing risk like a mini fortress.
So you become your own security guard. And that comes with its own set of headaches.
Right.
It seems like whatever you choose, there's a trade-off somewhere.
Yeah.
What really stood out to me in this research was that even before looking at companies, there are bigger picture things to consider.
Absolutely. You need to think about privacy. How much information does the company need? What are their policies?
Yep.
Then there's the legal framework of the country where your gold is stored.
Yeah.
Stability matters.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a place known for upholding property rights? Or is there political risk?
Yeah, that's a big one.
And of course, cost always comes into play,
Right.
along with how easily you can actually get it to your gold if you need it.
So it's way more nuanced than just picking the company with the coolest sounding vault.
Right.
Tiffany, could you give us an example, something that really drives home why these factors are so crucial?
Okay, imagine this. You've stored your gold in a country that suddenly hits political or economic turmoil.
Okay.
What happens to your access?
Yeah.
Best case, it's just frozen for a while. Worst case, confiscation is on the table.
Oh, wow.
Suddenly, that safe haven isn't so safe anymore.
That's a scary thought.
That's why understanding the geopolitical landscape matters.
Yeah.
A stable system, a good legal track record, those are as important as any lock and key.
Okay, that's a wake-up call for sure. Let's get into some of the specific companies highlighted in our research.
Okay.
I was immediately drawn to Delaware Depository. They seem to have a pretty stellar reputation.
They do, and for good reason. Known for really stringent security measures.
They
They go above and beyond what many others offer.
And get this, they have a $1 billion insurance policy through Lloyd's of London.
Wow.
That's serious commitment right there.
Absolutely. It shows they're not just talking the talk, they're backing it up with serious financial protection. It speaks volumes about their confidence in their own security.
Then we have Goldbroker, which caught my eye because it offers storage outside the traditional banking system. That's a whole different approach
It is.
to wealth preservation. And you even have the option to visit your gold or have it delivered.
That's amazing.
That's pretty cool.
That's a great example of how storage can be about more than just safety. It can reflect your overall financial philosophy.
Right. And you bring up a crucial point, options.
Yes.
Some people feel safer being able to physically access their gold, while others prioritize.
Absolute security above all else.
And speaking of options, Goldbroker's delivery option touches on something That hadn't even crossed my mind. Geographic diversification.
Right. It's not just about which company, but where they are.
Oh,
Storing gold in multiple locations, even different countries, can be a smart move. It's like spreading your risk.
okay.
If one area faces unexpected challenges, political upheaval, natural disaster, whatever it might be,
Right.
your assets in other locations are more likely to remain safe.
So it's like the classic investment advice. Don't put all your eggs in one basket,
Uh-huh.
but apply it to physical gold as well.
Exactly. It adds another layer of protection to your portfolio. By minimizing your exposure to any single location's risks, you're playing the long game.
Now, I know we've still got a lot to cover, but I want to touch on a few other companies that stood out.
Okay.
J. Rothbard & Co. seems to cater to a very specific type of client, offering bespoke services with a heavy emphasis on privacy.
They're like the private bankers of the gold world,
Oh, wow.
tailoring their approach to each client's unique needs. It's for someone who values discretion and personalized service above all else.
Then there's goldsilver.com, which impressed me with its transparency. They offer segregated storage, meaning your gold is physically separate from others' holdings, and they provide regular updates on your account. It's all about peace of mind.
Transparency is key in this industry.
Yeah, I can see that.
Knowing your assets are accounted for and easily tracked builds trust. Goldsilver.com's approach really puts the customer's mind at ease.
And they also have global storage options, so you can tailor your choices to your diversification strategy.
Exactly.
And that brings us to a whole bunch more companies, each with their own strengths.
Right.
We've got Strop Money,
Uh-huh.
with its focus on segregated storage and options in Canada and internationally. Goldcore, offering multi-location storage
Yeah.
in Switzerland, London, and Singapore.
And let's not forget Blue Vault with their high security approach, Bullion Vault known for transparent pricing, Shift Gold making it easy to sell or retrieve your metals, and JM Bullion partnering with TDS Vaults for secure storage.
Yeah.
It's quite a landscape out there.
It is, and we want to emphasize that these are just highlights. The original source material has the full list of companies and their detailed reviews, so we encourage you to dive deeper and see which one clicks with your specific needs. But before we wrap up this section, Tiffany,
Yeah.
I think our listeners would really benefit from your expertise on one crucial thing.
What's that?
What questions should they be asking potential providers?
Oh, that's a good one.
What are the red flags to watch out for?
That's a great point, John. First and foremost, transparency is non-negotiable.
Okay.
Don't be shy about asking about a company's history, ownership, financial stability, even regulatory compliance.
Okay.
You're trusting them with a valuable asset. So you need to know they're legit and operating above board.
It's like checking someone's references
Yeah,
before hiring them for a job.
exactly.
You want to be sure they're who they say they are, then get specific about security.
Yes. What kind of vaults do they use? What are their access control, surveillance, and auditing protocols?
Oh.
Are they insured? And what does that insurance actually cover? Don't just take their word for it. Understand the details.
I'm sensing a theme here. Due diligence,
Yeah.
due diligence, due diligence.
Absolutely. And speaking of specifics, understand their storage options. Do they offer segregated storage? What are their fees? How do payments work? What's the process for accessing or selling your gold?
Okay.
Those practical details matter in the long run.
It's like buying a car.
Yeah.
You wouldn't just look at the color and say, sold.
Right.
You check the engine,
Right.
the safety features, all that good stuff.
Exactly.
And just like with a car, you want reliable customer service.
Uh-huh. Are they responsive? Do they give you clear information? Do they have a good reputation in the industry
Okay.
that tells you how they treat their clients when things go smoothly? And there's a bump in the road.
So it's not just about the fortress. It's about the people behind it.
Right.
This has been eye-opening, Tiffany. As we wrap up, I want to go back to something that's been echoing in my head.
Yeah.
Matching your storage to your needs and priorities.
Yes.
There's no one right answer for everyone.
I couldn't agree more. Are you all about maximum security? Or do you need quick access? Is geographic diversification a must-have? Or is a single location okay? What's your budget? How much risk are you comfortable with? Answer those for yourself. Then you can start narrowing down the options.
It's like any big financial decision.
Hmm.
Know your risk tolerance, your goals,
Yeah.
how it fits into your overall plan.
Exactly.
One size does not fit all.
And remember, things change. Your needs might evolve. The world throws curveballs.
Right.
Staying informed and being willing to adjust is part of the game.
No, set it and forget it here.
Yeah.
Before we let our listeners go, I'd love to leave them with a question to chew on.
Okay.
Something that builds on what we've talked about. What do you think, Tiffany?
Okay, here's a big one. How do all those geopolitical events we hear about, the uncertainty in the world, How does that play into your gold storage choices?
Hmm.
Political instability, economic turmoil, even natural disasters. These things can impact how safe and accessible your assets are. So when you're weighing those options, think bigger picture.
Okay.
How could global events shape your strategy? And how can you position yourself to navigate those choppy waters?
That's a good question.
It's worth pondering.
It's not just about protecting your wealth today. It's about thinking ahead, being proactive, having a plan.
That's smart investing. It's about being thoughtful and informed every step of the way.
Well said, Tiffany. And on that note, we wrap up our deep dive into the world of gold storage. We hope this has given you valuable insights to help you make informed decisions.
Thanks for joining us.
And be sure to check out more insights. From the Morse Global Finance podcast team, we're always diving into new topics, helping you make sense of the financial landscape.
Until next time.
Bye, everyone.